What if the secret to success isn't IQ or talent, but how well you understand emotions? Glowing star welcome. Welcome to Wellness within USA Herb. In this journey, we'll uncover the hidden power of emotional intelligence, EI, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions in yourself and others. Imagine facing conflict, stress, or uncertainty, yet turning those moments into opportunities for connection and growth. The suspense lies in realizing that emotional intelligence is not just a soft skill, it's the superpower behind leadership, resilience, and happiness. Seedling introduction. For decades, success was measured by IQ, grades, or technical skills. But research now shows that emotional intelligence often predicts success more accurately than IQ. EI is the art of balancing emotions with logic, empathy with action, and self-awareness with resilience. Positive thinking helps you reframe challenges, but emotional intelligence helps you navigate relationships, conflicts, and stress with clarity. Together, they form the foundation of emotional wellness. Brain, the science of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is built on 4 pillars. Self-awareness, recognizing your emotions as they arise. Self-management, controlling impulses and responding thoughtfully. Social awareness, understanding emotions in others. Relationship management, building trust, resolving conflicts, and inspiring collaboration. Suspense element, imagine being in a heated argument, yet staying calm, noticing the other person's emotions, and guiding the conversation toward resolution. That's emotional intelligence in action. Open book case example. Consider Sarah, a project manager in New York. Her team faced constant deadlines and conflicts. Instead of reacting with frustration, she practiced emotional intelligence, pausing to recognize her stress, empathizing with her team, and reframing challenges. Within months, her team's productivity soared, and conflicts decreased. Performing arts, why emotional intelligence matters. Workplace, EI leaders inspire loyalty and innovation. Relationships, couples with high EI resolve conflicts faster and build deeper trust. Health, managing emotions reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and improves sleep. Society, communities with emotional awareness foster compassion and cooperation. Research insight, a Yale study found that students with emotional intelligence training showed higher academic performance and lower anxiety. Globe with meridians, the hidden enemy, emotional reactivity. Most people react impulsively to emotions, anger, fear, frustration. Emotional intelligence rewires this pattern. The thrill lies in realizing that every emotional reaction can be transformed into a thoughtful response. Crystal ball, lifelong impact. Emotional intelligence is not a one-time skill, it's a lifelong journey. Each challenge you face becomes training for the next. The suspense lies in realizing that EI doesn't just help you survive, it helps you thrive, building resilience and empathy that ripple through every relationship. Emotional journaling. Emotional intelligence begins with awareness. Practice, each night, write about one moment when you felt a strong emotion. Reflect on what triggered it and how you responded. Suspense element, at first, it feels ordinary. But soon, you notice hidden patterns shaping your reactions. Science, research from Yale shows journaling strengthens self-awareness and reduces emotional reactivity. Example, a student struggling with exam stress journaled daily about his emotions. Within weeks, he noticed improved focus and reduced anxiety. Notebook practice 2, pause before reacting. Impulse control is the heart of emotional intelligence. Practice, when emotions rise, pause for 5 seconds before responding. Suspense element, the thrill lies in realizing how silence can transform conflict into calm. Science, studies show pausing activates the prefrontal cortex, improving decision-making. Case study, a manager paused before responding to criticism. Instead of reacting defensively, he asked clarifying questions, turning conflict into collaboration. Ear practice 3, active listening. Emotional intelligence thrives in relationships. Practice, when someone speaks, focus fully. Notice tone, pauses, and emotions behind words. Suspense element, the thrill lies in realizing you're hearing more than words, you're hearing feelings. Science, mindful listening increases empathy and strengthens bonds. Example, a leader practicing active listening transformed workplace conflicts into collaborative solutions. Brain practice 4, empathy exercises. Understanding others' emotions is key to EI. Practice, each day, imagine yourself in someone else's situation. Ask, how would I feel if I were them? Suspense element, the thrill lies in realizing empathy opens doors to deeper trust. Science, empathy training increases cooperation and reduces prejudice. Case example, a teacher practiced empathy with struggling students. Her classroom became calmer and more supportive. Lightbulb practice 5, emotional reframing. Optimism and EI work together. Practice: when facing setbacks, reframe the situation. This is not failure, it's feedback. Suspense element: the thrill lies in realizing obstacles are disguised opportunities. Science: cognitive reframing strengthens resilience and emotional regulation. Example: a professional reframed a failed project as a lesson in teamwork. Her next project succeeded because of insights gained from failure. Open book real-life story. Consider David, a nurse overwhelmed by patient demands. By practicing journaling, pausing before reacting, and empathy exercises, he noticed his stress decrease. His emotional intelligence didn't erase challenges, but it gave him strength to face them with clarity. Globe with Meridian's lifelong impact. Daily emotional intelligence practices are not quick fixes. They are seeds planted in the mind. With consistency, they grow into awareness, compassion, and resilience. The suspense lies in discovering that EI is built one small step at a time. Psychological shifts through emotional intelligence. As daily practices of journaling, pausing before reacting, and empathy exercises become consistent, something extraordinary begins to happen. Stress that once felt overwhelming starts to lose its grip. Reduced anxiety and stress: emotionally intelligent individuals report lower cortisol levels, meaning they stay calmer under pressure. Emotional regulation: instead of reacting impulsively, they respond thoughtfully. Resilience in identity: setbacks no longer define them, they become lessons. Suspense element: imagine standing in the middle of chaos, deadlines, arguments, noise, yet feeling calm, as if time itself slowed down. That's the thrill emotional intelligence brings. Briefcase practical impact in daily life. Emotional intelligence doesn't remain confined to exercises, it spills into every aspect of life. Workplace: teams led by emotionally intelligent managers report higher productivity and fewer conflicts. Relationships: couples who practice EI recover faster from conflicts. Health: emotional intelligence improves sleep, lowers blood pressure, and strengthens immunity. Research insight: a Harvard study found that leaders with high emotional intelligence achieved stronger team cohesion and higher performance. Performing arts suspense element: the hidden shift. At first, EI feels like effort, journaling, pausing, listening. But then, subtle changes appear. You pause naturally before reacting. You notice emotions in others without being told. You feel connected to the present moment. The thrill lies in realizing that transformation is happening quietly, beneath the surface, like roots growing deep before a tree blossoms. Globe with Meridian social ripple effect. Emotional intelligence doesn't just change individuals, it changes communities. Schools: EI programs improve student focus and reduce bullying. Hospitals: patients treated by emotionally intelligent staff recover faster. Workplaces: teams with EI culture innovate more and burn out less. Suspense builds when you realize EI could be the hidden key to a more compassionate society. Open book case example. Consider Maria, a corporate manager. Her team faced constant deadlines and conflicts. By practicing EI, journaling emotions, pausing before reacting, and empathy exercises, she noticed morale improve, meetings became calmer, and conflicts resolved faster. The thrill was not just her transformation, but the ripple effect on everyone around her. Crystal ball long-term transformation. Emotional intelligence doesn't just change moods, it changes identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who rises after setbacks, adapts to challenges, and inspires others. Identity shift: you no longer define yourself by failure. Leadership growth: you lead with courage and adaptability. Community impact: your emotional intelligence sparks transformation in those around you. Suspense lies in realizing that EI is contagious, your practice inspires others to grow stronger. Glowing star: the EI paradox. Here's the paradox: emotional intelligence doesn't erase problems. Deadlines, conflicts, and crises will still exist. The suspense lies in realizing that EI changes how you experience those problems. Stressful events lose their power, and clarity becomes your default state. Open book real-life story. John, a nurse, faced exhausting shifts. By practicing EI, journaling, empathy, and active listening with patients, he noticed reduced burnout and deeper patient trust. The thrill was not just his recovery, but the healing environment he created for others. Globe with Meridian's future of emotional intelligence. Technology is now part of EI transformation. Apps, guided journaling makes emotional intelligence practice accessible. Virtual retreats, online communities support global EI growth. AI tools, personalized EI journeys track progress. Suspense lies in imagining a future where emotional intelligence is as common as physical exercise, a global movement toward emotional wellness. Glowing star lifelong journey. EI mastery is not about escaping challenges. It's about living fully, with awareness, adaptability, and courage. The ultimate suspense lies in discovering that strength was never outside you, it was hidden within, waiting to be uncovered. Advanced practices for EI mastery. Once the basics of journaling, pausing before reacting, and empathy exercises become natural, emotional intelligence can be taken to deeper levels. Mindful reflection. Spend 10 minutes daily reviewing emotional responses. Ask, did I react negatively or positively? Perspective shifting. Consciously view situations from multiple angles. Suspense lies in realizing how differently events appear when seen through another's eyes. Silent observation. Practice observing thoughts without judgment. Negative emotions lose power when you simply watch them pass. Compassion training. Extend empathy beyond loved ones, to strangers, colleagues, even those you disagree with. Case example, a leader practicing perspective shifting discovered that conflicts with employees weren't about defiance but about fear. This insight transformed his leadership style. Brain long-term benefits. Emotional intelligence mastery reshapes identity, health, and relationships. Resilience in identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who rises after setbacks. Health. EI lowers blood pressure, strengthens immunity, and improves sleep quality. Relationships. Long-term EI deepens trust, intimacy, and cooperation. Leadership. Leaders with high EI inspire loyalty and innovation. Research insight. A Stanford study found that executives with high EI achieved 20% higher team performance compared to those relying solely on technical skills. Performing arts suspense element. The ultimate twist. Here's the twist: emotional intelligence doesn't erase challenges. Deadlines, conflicts, and crises will still exist. The suspense lies in realizing that EI changes how you experience those challenges. Stressful events lose their power, and clarity becomes your default state. Globe with Meridian's EI as a lifestyle. Mastery means emotional intelligence is no longer a practice you do, it becomes who you are. At work, you lead with clarity and adaptability. At home, you listen deeply, creating stronger bonds. In society, you contribute to a calmer, more compassionate world. Suspense builds when you realize EI could be the hidden key to transforming not just individuals, but entire communities. Open book case example. Fatima, a doctor, faced constant emergencies. By integrating EI into her daily routine, journaling before surgeries, gratitude notes for colleagues, empathy with patients, she noticed reduced burnout and deeper patient trust. The thrill was not just her recovery, but the ripple effect on her hospital environment. Crystal ball future of emotional intelligence. Technology is now part of EI mastery. Apps, guided journaling and empathy tools make EI practice accessible. Virtual retreats, online communities support global EI growth. AI tools, personalized EI journeys track progress and provide feedback. Suspense lies in imagining a future where emotional intelligence is as common as physical exercise, a global movement toward emotional wellness. Glowing Star Lifelong Journey. EI mastery is not about escaping challenges. It's about living fully, with awareness, adaptability, and compassion. The ultimate suspense lies in discovering that clarity was never outside you, it was hidden within, waiting to be uncovered. With advanced practices, long-term benefits, and lifestyle integration, emotional intelligence becomes a lifelong journey. Stress will always exist, but with mastery, you can always find calm in chaos.